I'm feeling a very heavy energy. I think it has to do with this Grand Water Trine that we're experiencing. And about an hour ago or so, the moon went conjunct Mercury. I think that activated it. And yeah, we could be feeling like we're swimming underwater right now. Maybe feeling weighed down by our own emotions. We do have Wild Boar coming out. Do we need any more animal medicine cards? We need another animal medicine card for today. Wild Boar. I don't know what Wild Boar is about. Skunk. I saw that a couple times. That's that seduction energy, not attraction. Skunk medicine and Wild Boar. I'm not sure what that is. And I think that's it because I'm seeing nothing there. I just feel like getting these oracle cards lately. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I've been doing tarot so long. They all mean the same thing to me because it's all just the path. Kind of like getting these extra cards that I don't know what the fuck they mean. Let's see what we need to know today. Hi guys, if you don't know me, my name is Toad. And I'm here with your daily transmission from the Toad realm. See what the primary energies are. Any fairy medicine? List of the Shadows. What's she about? Something in the shadows, I suppose. Oh my god. Okay. I see Dominus Gloom again. But I also see this lady, Tation the Sylph. She came out the other day as well. And Honesty. Okay. I'm not going to read Glominous Doom. We know that we can be gloomy and doomy. We know that there's a lot of bad things to focus on. We know that there's a lot of sadness. We know that there's a lot of darkness in the world. Okay? List of the Shadows, Tation the Sylph, and Honesty. All right? We're going to get into these guys at the end. Let's just pull a few tarot cards and see what... Ooh, I just cut to the 10 of Cups. Love that card. And the 6 of Cups is on the bottom of the deck. Isn't this the most beautiful deck? It's so beautiful. All right, my energy's lifting. Maybe it's because the sun's coming out. Okay, what's today? Wild Boar, Skunk medicine. Attraction versus repulsion. I love the skunk medicine. It's like finding your own clan. Don't be afraid to stank your stank. And then you find out who's really for you. There's some skunks out there that are gonna like your stank. Pepe Le Pew. There it is again. I'm keeping it. Ah! Ace to the 10. I'm keeping it, motherfuckers. I'm keeping it. Because you know why? Because it's not random. We all have the ability to be here every day. We all have new aces popping up all the time. We all have us. We all have us. We all have our own cup. And there's really the real way is to know that nothing else can fill our cup but ourselves. Nothing else can fill our cup but ourselves. That's the only way to get to the 10 of Cups. It's a toadism I always say. Ow. I broke a rib. Don't ask me how. A toadism I always say. If your cup isn't full, then you can't get to the 2 of Cups, let alone the 10 of Cups. So maybe we're learning how to keep our cup full. I love those as first cards. I was not feeling that when I started. I felt so heavy starting out this reading. I'm starting to feel a little bit lighter. Maybe we're dropping the weight. Heavy. Heavy. Our emotions can be very heavy. There's a lot of emotion here. Oh. Ace of Pentacles. Are we going to get the 10 of Pentacles too? There's the Emperor. I want to keep them. We're stabilizing. Okay. I'll see if they come back out. We have new opportunities happening all the time. My Emperors, my Empresses. Just leave it at the Ace to the 10 of Cups. The potential's there. We can feel good. We've got a harmonious fucking trine. Is there anything that we need? Grand Trine, motherfuckers. It's a Grand Trine. Moon with Mercury and Mars and Saturn. The malefics are involved. The malefics are involved. What does that mean? It's not always good. Like, you know, sometimes like hard aspects. Sometimes hard aspects bring good things. And sometimes like really harmonious looking aspects can bring hard things. Page of Cups just flew out. He's kind of holding the ace. So we have someone holding this ace. Holding this potential. Knight of Wands just flew out. That's like taking action towards your passions. He's the player. He's a player card. Maybe that's what someone needs to realize, that someone's a player. You know? Maybe. Queen of Cups. We got the Page. We have the King and the Queen of Cups. Although he's reversed. Three of Pentacles. Four of Wands. This Four of Wands keeps wanting to come out. Someone needs to calm their mind about what they're working on, their community. Please clarify the Four of Swords. Seven of Cups. Queen of Wands. So if someone has like, if there's something unclear to someone, if there's something in the shadows, then you just have to relax your mind. Someone's worried about the unknown of the future. Someone's worried about the unknown of the future. You just need to calm your mind and go forward in faith, right? I guess I'll keep the Queen. Yeah. Calm your mind and go forward in faith. You make a decision at the level of the Lovers, and then you drive it home. You drive forward. Please clarify the King of Cups and the Four of Wands. Eight of Wands. I mean, it kind of looks like someone's, like, there's a woman in love, but the man's not in love. Or he's just, like, not emotionally ready. Eight of Wands. There's so much water on the table, right? And there's a lot of wands. That's communication. Four of Wands. Four of Wands is that openness. It's about stability. Building your life on joy and openness, right? Again, there's a lot of like cards about honesty on the table. About seeing clearly. Why is the King reversed? Why is the King reversed? She's confident. Maybe that's the Justice. Maybe that's just it. No, never mind. I think they feel the same. I think they do feel the same with the Two of Cups coming out. Can you clarify that? I want to know why he's reversed. I think it's going to be different. There's a lot of love here. This is about a partnership, you know, with the Two of Cups coming out. There's something unseen, something unsaid, maybe. Perhaps there's something that's not revealed with the Seven of Cups, you know. I'm trying to get more information on this King of Cups. The King and the Queen of Cups, you know. It's the man and woman in love. Why is he reversed? We have the Page. We have the Ace to the 10. We have the Empress. Because the Knight's reversed too. I think he has got conflicts in the mind. He's got too many conflicts in the mind. I think that's what it is. 8. Can we clarify that King of Cups? King of Wands. Well, we have the King and the Queen of Wands. He's a hermit. Still doesn't tell me why he's reversed. I don't think that it's like a lack of love. I don't think so. I think it's a lack of maybe emotional maturity. 9 of Cups. A lack of contentment. That's what it is. He's not happy. He feels stuck in his head. Is that what it is? He has a lack of contentment, so he can't get to his 10 of Cups. Can't get to the 10 of Cups until you get to the 9 of Cups. Until you get to some sort of contentment. And you can't get to the 9 of Cups before you get to the 8 of Cups. And the 8 of Cups requires the Star. I think that's what it is, guys. I think that's what it is. Maybe he's working on it. He is working on it. He could be working hard today. Yeah, he could be working really hard. He's working towards something. He isn't at his 10 of Pentacles yet. You know, we want to get there. We're trying to stabilize. We're trying to save money. We're trying to stabilize here. Okay, we'll see if those come back out. Is there anything else you can say about that? Whoa, the Chariot again. There's a lot of major arcana. Jesus. Justice. Justice again. Let's clarify the Empress. I asked to clarify the Empress. We got the Emperor. Interesting. List of the Shadows is 44. And we got 45. Tation the Sylph. So, List of the Shadows number 44 is healing the shadows, addictions, bondage, and self-esteem. Lys works hard. She has a very tough job to do, and she puts a great deal of tough love into it. She prowls the night streets looking for those in need of her help and finds far too many of them. Lys is the patron fairy of social workers, therapists, healers, and all others who try to help alcoholics and drug addicts and other souls caught in the darkness of their own inner shadows or who are abused by those who should have protected them. I'm gonna cry. I am going to cry. However, she doesn't sit in an office somewhere. She's out there on the dark and dangerous streets, lending a hand here, soothing an anguished brow there, whispering comfort and encouragement into a lonely ear, and bringing a touch of hopeful rainbow light into the deepest shadows, including those in darkened human hearts. That's why the king is up reversed. There is a king. That's so sweet. Blessed are the meek. Blessed are the poor of spirit. Come on. We are not alone. Like the Laum, card 30, much of her work flows through the hearts and then the hands and words of humans who make themselves available for such work. Don't cry, Toad. Jesus, you're giving away your weaknesses. I'm tough, goddammit. I'm tough. Like the Laum, much of her work flows through the hearts and then the hands and words of humans who make themselves available for such work. She inspires souls to connect with one another in a healing way. We have to come together. We have to come together. We cannot leave each other out in the cold. We are all going through the devil. We are all going through the darkness. We need to start seeing that clearly. Her specialty is... This is me. Her specialty is help for the hopeless. For the ones that most everyone else, including themselves, have given up on. The street people, the lost children of our society, those who have fallen through the cracks and rips in our feeble social safety nets. Like the Laum, she often works through human hands, and she may call upon you for her help in her work. Out of curiosity, I asked Lys why she chose to have her card in this particular group of fairies. Because she's a helper. This is kind of like a dark area, you know, in the 40s. It's like, why does she choose to hang out with the downtrodden? Why does she choose to hang out among the lowly? Why does she choose to hang out among the sinners and the tax collectors? She shrugged and gave me a cheeky grin and said, these guys know where to find the best nectar and nuts. Even though she has wings, our Lys is very down to earth and practical. Oh my God. So the issue here is that he just doesn't know how to fill his cup. Tation the Sylph says, acute intellect, quickness, mental synthesis, and discernment. This is for my kings and my queens, guys. All right? You could be the queen and you could not know how to keep your cup full. You could be the king and know how to keep your cup full, all right? The genders and the roles, they can be reversed in your situation, all right? You have to take it as it resonates. This could not have to do with two people at all. This could be two halves of ourself, okay? You have to remember that. Tation glitters and glimmers brightly. She scatters a special fairy dust that energizes the mind. This is like the new way of thinking. This is the Ace of Swords that we need. We need to think clearly. However, energy is not everything, and the fairy dust that actually makes minds brighter as well as more energized is more rare. And she distributes it much less often. She's full of curiosity and wants to go everywhere, see everything, and have every question answered. Like the 2-year-old asking, why, why? She wants to know all, even the things that by their very nature cannot be known to the conscious mind. Tatian reminds us that ideas cannot be confined. They are wild and free. They move fast. Some ideas are more contagious than the flu, and they move quickly from head to head, sometimes illuminating and sometimes burning out with a flicker and a flash and a faint whiff of ash. Brian wrote, "The sylph is a fragment of the earth's soul in fairy form. In the fairy realm, light comes not from above but from within. Like other fairies, sylphs light up the world around them, energizing all who come into contact with them with their quick fairy radiance. We humans also light up the world around us with our own auras. It is a pity that so few of us have learned the mental disciplines to be able to perceive that light. However, Tatian is not the one to consult about that. Try Laist, or the Dark Lady, card 20 for that. What Tatian bestows is more ephemeral and nevertheless of value. She is an awakener. She is an awakener. This is the Ace of Swords. We didn't get the Ace of Swords, but we got the ultimate Ace of Swords. We got the ultimate Ace of Swords, and we got it twice. I think I put one of them back. I love that Alexander Danoff put both the original 8 and the 11 in here for justice, because the Rider-Waite changed it. She is an awakener, one who startles us into seeing and thinking in new and exciting ways. She startles us into thinking in new and exciting ways, because sometimes it's a way of thinking that allows us to know how to keep our cup full. Sometimes it's a way of thinking. It is. We have to change the way that we're thinking. You see, our thought patterns, they create literal neural pathways, literal ruts in the roads. These pathways get ingrained in our brain. Now, this is science. This is science. And this is why I'm good at doing this stuff. Okay? Because I found God through science. I found God through physics. Okay? And this is the thing. This is the thing. It's all an addiction. All of this is an addiction. We get addicted to the way of thinking. We get addicted to the chemicals that are released in our brain when we think any kind of thought, even if it's a negative thought. Even if it's a negative thought, we get addicted to it, okay? And so it takes a long time to steer out of those ruts. So quick does our mind go to the old way of thinking. So quick does our mind go to fear and lack and abandonment. So quickly does our mind want to cover everything up with drugs and alcohol and whatever else. So quickly. It's going to take time. It's going to take time, and it's going to take practice, and keep trying. Keep trying to point your brain in a different direction. Keep trying to look towards the light, even on the dark days. Keep trying. Keep trying to keep your eye on the star. Jesus. She loves to sit on teenage and college age discussions about the profound questions in life. Me too. She is full of bright ideas and willing to discuss them at length. She's not too bothered about whether the discussions make much sense or not. Ideas with wings. I wish we had the Ace of Swords. Ideas with wings are her joy, and mental stimulation is her game. Tatian has inertialess flight. Like thought, she's not bound by the rules of mass momentum. Therefore, she can radically change direction without notice, more quickly than a hummingbird. What we see here is mental quickness, adaptability, and enthusiasm. Ideas and opinions abound. Get excited, guys. It's time. Get excited for the life that's coming. And whenever your mind goes to the doubt, whenever your mind goes to the lack, whenever your mind goes to the fear, say, oh yeah, there's my old self again. I love you. Thank you. Bye. And then think about nothing. Then change your thoughts to something else. Put your mind on something else. Something that is working, or nothing. If there's nothing in your life that's working, if there's no direction that you can look that's good, because sometimes it's like that. Sometimes everywhere you look is roadblocks. Sometimes everywhere you look is pain. Sometimes everywhere you look is darkness. But I guarantee it. I guarantee it, motherfuckers, that even in the darkest night, you're gonna be able to see the star. There's always a tiny, tiny glimmer. Always! Be selective. Mental and psychic abilities may be awakening. Independent thinking is in operation. New ideas and new versions of older ideas are creating an exciting, effervescent atmosphere. Avoid excess and extremes. Minds may change often as new ideas and new ways of seeing bubble to the surface. This is beautiful. So, like, we're going to switch back and forth a lot, all right? Because we are going through, you know, when we're ascending, which we're all ascending, it gets darker and darker and heavier, okay? As, like, when we are being asked to rise up, then we get pulled down heavier by the devil. We get pulled down heavier by the devil. It becomes harder, and the gravity feels like more and more and more. Ah! So we have to come together. We have to come together and help lift each other up. That's my Four of Wands. That's my Four of Wands principle. That's us coming together, guys. Okay? It's not just about love. This is about friendship as well. This is about friendship as well. Okay? Out of conflict and confusion, resolved by goodwill and clear thinking, a new and better understanding may come. I'm really glad I'm getting to the meaning of this reading. And it's the meaning of every reading for me, guys. This is what it is all about. The Ace to the 10. It's all about us coming together. That's what the Toad Code is. This is about us learning to rise up when life is so hard. This is the thing about the air age. We're not going to be able to unsee the darkness. So you have to just rise up. You have to be honest with yourself. Let's read about honesty. Let's come out of the dominous gloom. That's why he came out again. Okay? 40. Honesty. I mean, do we even need to read it? Honesty, compassion, tact, and self-deceit. Someone's been self-deceiving themselves, and it's time to be honest with themselves now. They need to be honest with themselves about their own hand and their suffering. You need to be honest with yourself about your own hand and your suffering. Because yes, it does, and I'm not saying that you don't have a reason, that you haven't been fucked over. Bad things happen to good people. Bad things happen to good people. And it doesn't have to do with God being vengeful. It's not like that. It's because we want the challenges. It's because we want to grow. And without the challenges, we don't grow. We don't learn and we don't level up. We don't play the game of life. Honesty's other botanical names are moonwort, satin flower, silver dollar, moneywort, dollar plant, penny flower, bulbinac. And on Monday, the moon's day, he is lunaria. Lunaria annua. Honesty is said to repel monsters. I don't have any monsters handy to check this out on, but I can certainly see the metaphorical truth in it. He is also known as Unshoe the Horse because of his habit of unshoeing horses who tread upon him. A very fairy thing to do, and who can blame him? He is said to have collected 30 horseshoes from the horses of the Earl of Essex on the White Downs of Devonshire, near Tiverton. These fucking Brits. Let that be a lesson to you to not tread honesty underfoot. Honesty in a reading speaks, unsurprisingly, of the need for straight dealing and truth and representation. We need to be scrupulously honest here, making certain that there's no room for confusion or misunderstanding, no fuzzy edges. Both written and verbal agreements need to be completely clear. If there's written or verbal agreements, be clear. Assumptions may not be as well understood by all parties, as we are assuming that they need to be treated with comprehension. On a personal level, honesty reminds us not only to be clear in what we say and do, but also to act and speak with compassion and tact. Brutal honesty is not usually true honesty at all, but somehow slanted towards the worst. Dishonesty, even in the name of tact, is not helpful either. Balancing on that fine line of loving honesty may take some effort, but will provide rich rewards. Honest humility, idealism, and clarity of mind are some of the advantages of honesty. That's pretty simple. Okay, let's now get into skunk and wild boar. Skunk, again, is about attraction, right? Seduction? No, what was it? It was attraction. Number 7. Reputation. Skunk is teaching you that by walking your talk, and by respecting yourself, you will create a position of strength and honored reputation. So this is kind of like honesty too, you know? Learn to assert without ego. For my kings and my queens, my torchbearers, We do all have an ego. We do all have an ego. We all have an id, and the ego is a good thing. Pride is a good thing, but not when it becomes too imbalanced. So, the carriage of your body relates to others, what you believe about yourself. There is no need to bully, aggravate, torment, or overpower other beings when your sense of self is intact. As with skunk, the resonant field of energy around your body is relayed through the senses. Self-esteem permeates the body's energy and is instantly recognized on an extrasensory level. Learn to assert without ego what you are. Respect follows. Skunk medicine people have the ability to attract others. These guys are also very attractive, right? The fire attracts, like moths to a flame. They are very charismatic, and yet at the same time, the other side of their natural power is to repel those who seek to take energy from them without recycling the gifts they have taken. I love the skunk medicine. I'll proudly have it. I've read this before. Skunk medicine people also know how to use the energy flow that will attract a lover. Some people call this sexual magic, as it is akin to the musk scent that the animal excrete to attract a mate. It can be dangerous to leak sexual energy if you are not looking for a mate. Be honest. Be honest. It puts you into the games condition that may feed your ego, but not how others feel about you. If you are attracting others who have an interest in you, you are in a sense saying, I'm available. This can cause hard feelings when the truth comes out. It also leaks energy that you could have used in a more constructive way. In skunk medicine, it is good to learn how to handle energy flows. Modern psychologists call this body language. In tribal teachings, this is your personal medicine, which you are showing to others. Use your medicine well, and know that you are known for your reputation. If you have chosen this symbol, you are being asked to notice the kinds of people who are attracted to you. If they emulate favorable characteristics, have enough self-esteem to recognize people that are around you. If their fruits are good, you will know them by their fruits, guys. If their fruits are good, then have enough self-esteem to recognize those characteristics within yourself. Walk tall and be proud of the accomplishments you have made. Bear in mind that what you believe about yourself is your ultimate protection. Guys, this is what I'm saying. We think certain things about ourselves. We become what we think. We do. We become exactly what we think. You need to be aware of your thoughts. We start to see what we think. Our outer reality matches our inner reality. So you need to be honest about that. You need to start seeing clearly what you are bringing about in your world. Okay? My kings and my queens, let's read about wild boar. Wild boar, number 48. Confrontation. Confrontation? I guess that makes sense. They're kind of scary. Although the warrior was accustomed to the sultry heat of his bayou homeland, he was shaking as if from a cold draught. The council of elders had caught him telling a lie. Honesty! Honesty, guys! The punishment for this offense was banishment from the tribe. Oof. To restore his honor among the people, he would have to face the wild boar with a knife as his only weapon. If he failed, he would die, torn apart by the ravaging tusks of the fiery-eyed beast. This prospect filled him with dread. This is why the Four of Wands was so important today. Four of Wands was really important today, okay? This has a lot to do with coming out into the open with your community, all right? And when we're trying to get better, when we're being honest with ourselves about our issues, our limitations, our devil energy, what we want to do to get better so that we can be proper kings and queens, so we can be our best self and feel the best about ourselves, okay? Then first we forgive ourselves, okay? But then we do have to make amends with the people in our community and the people around us, with our friends, our family members, our community, okay? Then the spirit of the wild boar came to him in a dream. It was enraged that the young man had broken his warrior vows by lying. It told him that he would first have to face and conquer the self-important and deceitful beast within himself. Confrontation within the self, guys. That is what justice is truly about. Now, some readers, they're going to look at justice and they're going to say, oh, maybe you have a court battle. Yeah, sometimes maybe, but this is really about you seeing yourself clearly. This is justice against the self. We hang ourselves on the tree next. We go through the hangman next. We do it to ourselves. We take accountability. We see clearly. We see from the other's perspective, hangman, and then we die. Then we transform. Then we come out anew on the other side. This young warrior vowed to honor the truth. To honor the truth from that moment forward. He faced the wild boar that day and killed the beast. The warrior kept the tusk of his adversary as a lifelong reminder to always confront the weaknesses within himself. There are several varieties of boar, And this powerful medicine of the warrior clans applies to all of them. The Maya called boar javelina, and the Choctaw called the razorback as wild boar. Its medicine teaches us to confront human weaknesses and to change them into strengths. I talk about this all the time, guys. I talk about this all the time with the Emperor and the Empress, with the King and the Queen of Wands, okay? Because this can be really dangerous. The fire, the anger, the aggression, the masculinity. Like sometimes he is looked at as an Aries too, right? You know, there's a lot of like the masculine. The masculine's always seen as the bad one. They're always going to be the one that does the thing because they're the active element. We have to forgive the masculine. Forgive yourself and then just try to be better. We are never perfect. We're never going to be perfect. We just have to get up each day and try. All right? We're all learning to become leaders. We're all learning to become our divine selves. And we don't become our divine selves when we're perfect. We become our divine selves when we see our limitations, when we honestly see our flaws and our weaknesses, and we choose to try our best. That doesn't mean being perfect, okay? That's what this is. I love this reading, guys. The human spirit is empowered through wild boar's willingness to confront fears, the moon, and challenges at hand, and uncomfortable circumstances. Courageously standing tall without running from the situations that life presents is powerful medicine indeed. If wild boar charged into your cards today, you are being asked to confront anything or anybody that you have been avoiding. Pay attention. Embrace your warrior nature and find the courage to confront your fears. Or are you being asked to confront a personal weakness or career challenge? It is time to finish the project you have abandoned. Is it time to finish the project you abandoned, thinking it might be too difficult to accomplish? Confront your feelings regarding some situation that makes you nervous or causes discomfort, and bring yourself the peace of closure. If you've been procrastinating, Wild Boar is reminding you to quit avoiding the inevitable. In all cases, it is insisting that you be fully present and mindful of what is happening and why. If you drew this card, you already possess the courage needed to confront all that life offers. Just remember, my emperors, my kings, my torchbearers, we're going to be the leaders, remember? But this means that we confront our weaknesses. We confront these challenges. We confront our fears. Our fears is confronting the darkness. We're the torchbearers. Just remember where you hid that courage. Challenges do not simply vanish unless you actively embrace your issues. You cannot reclaim your spirit's energy. Half the battle is won through the warrior's willingness to acknowledge and to accept the whole truth at all times. Wow. This is really beautiful. Really, really beautiful reading. All about honesty. All about... There was something else I was going to say. Oh, there was something about the divine counterparts. I mean, we shouldn't even think about it like the divine counterparts, right? Yeah, that's part of the spiritual path and everything. But first, we do have to become whole within ourselves. First, we do have to love ourselves. Can't get to the 2 of Cups unless you have a full cup yourself, remember? We started off with that. That's what we started off with. The Ace to the 10. Start all over again. If your cup isn't full, then you don't have anything to give the other. Then you can't get to here, let alone here. All right? So we're learning how to do that. And there's something else I was going to say. Oh, the divine counterpart. So sometimes like becoming our divine self does require some sort of action. It's like confronting a fear. Sometimes it does require confronting a fear, and that doesn't have to have anything to do. It doesn't have to have anything to do with the other. Like, you might not even know who your divine counterpart is yet, you know? Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we can feel them before they even come into our awareness. But we are learning how to be that so that we can attract them in. And sometimes it requires some sort of act, some sort of like judgment, right? An act like at judgment where we either have to like leave a job that does not serve us. There's an act of faith. There's an act of setting off through the dark. There's an act of stepping into the dark of the moon in faith that allows us to level up. So whether or not it's believing in yourself more so that you quit a job to do something that you love more for yourself, or conquer an addiction. Like if there's something that's been holding you back, like this devil energy could be a job that you don't like. It could be a relationship that isn't good. It's conquering the devil when we step into the dark of the moon. It's when we resist temptations, okay? So you could be conquering an addiction or a dependency. You could have to leave leave a certain relationship without being able to see that there's someone else there. So for others, you know, the act that you need to do before you can actually come into contact or into alignment with your divine counterpart is to walk away from a relationship that you already know does not serve you. You have to do that before seeing the other sometimes. You have to respect yourself enough and understands not fucking settling enough to leave early. Like, you need to rather be alone. You need to rather be alone than be with the devil. You need to rather be alone than be in chains before you can find your other. That sometimes happens, is respecting yourself in that way. Sometimes it's respecting yourself when it comes to your career. Sometimes it means not giving too much away in relationships. We're right there. I'm so glad I finally figured out what this reading is. Sometimes it's just learning how to be content. How to be content with whatever you have in the moment. Sometimes that is finding the masculine and the feminine within the self, okay? Sometimes, that's really fucking real. You cannot get to the 10. Any of the good. We cannot get to the turning of the wheel before you get here, okay? This is energetic. This is physics, and this is detaching, okay? That whole energetic, the ruts in the road, you know, the neural pathways, you need to put yourself in an energetic resonant state that you already have everything that you want, that you already have everything that makes you happy, even without it. You need to forget about your 3D reality and pretend like you're already there. This is wish fulfillment, guys. It's wish fulfillment, and be honest with yourself. You also have to be honest with yourself about what you want. Look, there's the 9 of Pentacles too. Single and loving it. These are my single and loving it cards, right? A single man and a single lady being happy with what they have before they get to the 10 of Cups or the 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles is that house, the spouse, the kids, the dogs. Queen of Wands and Judgment. That's your calling. Rise up to your calling. We know what we have to do. Every day is Judgment Day.